All right, my friends. We are getting into the metaverse. And for those of you guys who've seen my tweets as of recent, I'm getting extremely excited for the metaverse. Why? Because amazing things are coming in the metaverse. And me, that's right, me, guys, I'm going to be hanging out in the metaverse in the future. I hope you guys can join me. Super excited, but let's get into this because this is something that's been on my mind for a while. And I want to go over this idea of Web 3.0. Is Web 3.0 an empty buzzword, or is it the next evolution of the web? That's the question for today. You know, there's a lot of incumbents in the world of platforming and social media, right? They provide a lot of free services like video streaming, access to content, publishing, social media, etc. And they capture all the value from you guys by harvesting and reselling vast quantities of user data. That's kind of the catch-all, right? We trade privacy for convenience. Let that sink in, guys. Privacy for convenience. Anyway, so since we trade privacy for convenience, these guys, all these social networks out there, they have the ability to resell vast quantities of our data. And because of this, because of the architecture, well, the new architecture coming out of the internet Web 3.0, we now have the opportunity to own our own data in decentralized environments through the use of open source protocols and applications. That's what Web 3.0 is all about. And Web 3.0 encompasses all of the tools and primitives being used to create new applications and for users to own and monetize various pieces of their digital footprint, including NFTs. NFTs, guys. NFTs is going to be a big deal when it comes to the metaverse. So, it includes NFTs, DAOs, non-custodial crypto wallets, online identity and reputation, decentralized file storage, decentralized social networks, and governance tools. So Web 3.0 is all about Decentraland. Not really, but about decentralization, about spreading out the wealth and tooling people up. Through the implementation of protocol native crypto tokens, users and content creators can now own a piece of the underlying platforms and applications they rely on to produce their work. So what's the point here? The point is moving from Web 2.0 with centralized servers, harvesting all your data and selling it, to Web 3.0. Now we're moving into a world where you own your data and you own a share of the platforms. This makes a lot of sense. If you think about it, what Ethereum did with ICOs back in the scammy days of 2016 and 17, some of you guys were there. You guys remember that, right? You guys remember that. What was great about that particular paradigm is now we have the opportunity for people to invest, retail people like you and me. And we can get in the game and we can own a piece of the underlying structure. Own a piece of the underlying platform. This is a big deal because it gives us rights to be able to be participating in the changes and the improvements of these platforms. This is really, really important. But at the end of the day, the key is in Web 3.0, you should own and control your own data. Period. Full stop. Since these applications use the same unifying rails, this system fosters competition as users can decide to port over their data to a competing service providers if they're deplatformed or feel their needs are not being met properly. You have optionality now. The benefit of this system of data is inherently decentralized, that's the point of Web 3.0, without a single point of failure. And the users can retain control of their data even if a given application attempts to tamper with the user's online presence. So the point is now with Web 3.0, we have the ability to control our data, manage our data, invest in the underlying platforms, as well as give feedback to these systems, if it's like a DAO, so that you can be part of the improvement of the things that you care about. This is a big deal, giving ownership to the users. Regardless, though, many of these Web 3.0 projects are in fact financed by these investors and institutions, and they are in turn compensated with tokens that serve as financial interest for governance and influence in Web 3.0 networks. You see, so one of the problems is now all this institutional money is coming into Web 3.0, which could change the game and the value proposition of it. If all these old traditional companies and investment firms are coming into the world of Web 3.0, which they will that negate the value of decentralization? Will it negate the value of ownership over the platform? Will it negate the value of your voice? And will they have the ability, hopefully not, to be able to boot you off, kick you out, censor you? For example, SushiSwap was recently embroiled in internal controversy as there was a lack of transparency in the use of protocol funds. I tweeted about this. And the core team members argued that they were not being adequately compensated, leading to internal fighting of sorts, right? And we saw this play out on the web. And so the point is that now people are waking up. They want a piece of the action. They want their voice to be heard. And if the governance isn't working well within these Web 3.0 companies, good. You have options. You can leave. You can take your data with you. This is a powerful, powerful idea. You see, the thing is that Facebook and Twitter are basically private internets. If you want to hang out with all your friends in Facebook, you got to log into that private internet, that private network. Now with Web 3.0, you can export your data from network to network to network. Now, there's a lot of infrastructure considerations that need to happen here and a lot of growth that needs to happen here. But at the end of the day, that's essentially the idea, is that Web 3.0, your data is yours. You can port it, you can transport it, you can own it, you can move it, and it's not tied to a single system. Key idea. So anyway, however, as Web 3.0 projects continue to build compelling infrastructure and applications, users will organically be attracted by the ability to monetize the time and attention they dedicate to their online services that they use every day. And so here's the thing about Web 3.0, my friends. Web 3.0 opens up the opportunity for you to own your data, for you to control it, for you to port it over to different places. And in many ways, regardless of the new investment from traditional world and traditional finance, regardless of them coming in, the protocols themselves, the function themselves, hopefully will stay true to their original purpose and intent. It's all about the user. It's all about you, ensuring that your data is owned by you. I can dig it, guys. Web 3.0, Metaverse, we'll see you there.